So good morning, all the respected principals, teachers, and educationists present today. I, Pushpish Chandra, welcome you all on behalf of Educo Development Foundation in our webinar on empowering teacher to engage students online. The expected duration of this webinar is around 1 hour 30 minutes, including your question answer session. The sequence of event, first of all, I will introduce the key presenter of today's presentation, Dr. Professor Sharma. Then Professor Sharma will give you the presentation, and his presentation is divided into small segment as mentioned on this screen. And once Dr. Sharma concludes his presentation, we will have the question answer session. And it is my humble request to all of you, kindly mute your mic during the presentation. And if you have any question in between, please note it down and we will answer this question after his presentation. After that, I will take over again and then I will demonstrate you how to download the sample content that you will going to see today in his presentation. So let me just introduce Professor Sharma. So Dr. Sharma is originally a product of Delhi University and retired as a professor of math from Hindu College. In USA, he served as a professor of mathematics in Clark Atlanta University and retired as a professor emeritus from Clark Atlanta University. He is the author of 15 mathematics textbooks that is now being all over USA. And with support of his Indian colleague, he created and implemented digital version of NCERT based curriculum that can be used online for all the subjects and all the grades. He developed a powerful learning management system to deliver and manage online instruction, and that is now being used in so many countries, including India, USA, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and Trinidad. He founded an NGO named Educo Development Foundation for the same mission to support Indian teachers, students, and schools. What is being presented and discussed in this webinar is now being used in 10 schools in NCR, and they do not feel much challenge in delivering instructions during this COVID pandemic period. So unlike other schools are facing. So respected teachers and principals, I now request Professor Man Mohan Sharma to enlighten us with his vision and share what he and his colleagues in India and US have developed and how that can support us in delivering instructions, especially during this COVID situation. Let's welcome Dr. Sharma.
Namaskar, everybody. Good morning. Let me share my screen. Good morning to you, everybody. The focus today will be on two main aspects. How do we empower ourselves as teachers to be able to teach and present online as best as we can, and also how to engage our students at home during this pandemic period. That's the primary focus in the whole presentation. As far as for teachers concerned, teaching online, you require resources. Many of you might be using already PowerPoint presentation or delivering lecture from your own comfort of your home using some portal. But having pre-made everything that is completely aligned with syllabus for each and every topic and presented in a dynamic and animated way probably will help each one of us as teachers, not only to present, but also to engage students at every step of your presentation. So in this presentation, I'll particularly mention your emphasis on powerful practice sheets for the students' engagement, virtual science labs, powerful graphics in social studies. That will be a treat to watch. I will really appreciate if I request all of you and you agree to that. Please switch off your phones and stay alone on your computer, focusing the attention on what you're going to see. Because if you see it now, you'll be able to use it in a course that we shall be giving you to download. So be careful what you watch. And as Pushpi said, while watching, you have any question, because if I take questions in between presentations, it will take too much time. To avoid that time, spending that time, I'll appreciate if you can write down each and every question that comes to your mind, and we shall discuss that at the end of my talk. Second part is for the students. Whatever a teacher uses in presentation, will all be available to the students online. Besides that, corresponding to every lecture that the student gives, we have already pre-made a lot of assignment, practice sheet, quizzes, questions, and so on, that you can assign to the students along with your lecture, and they're all delivered online, graded online. This scores automatically going to your gradebook automatically. All those tools, and teachers will have plenty, students will have plenty of practice on each and everything that they do. This is my presentation, 3 parts. Empowering teacher, that means ourselves, to deliver effective online lectures. My segment will be divided into 5 parts, one for each subject area: math, science, social studies, English, and Hindi. And in each presentation, each subject, there are basically 2 components. One, lecture notes, and engagement of the students through assessment component, like practice sheet, column matching, fill in the blanks, and so on and on. So I shall be focusing on giving you samples of one subject, and all other lectures of other subjects are delivered exactly the same manner. Philosophy is the same, step by step, with a lot of instructional pause, and the student, teacher make the lectures quite interactive. I'm going there now. Before I actually start the content, I'll share with you here all the courses from grade 1 to grade 12, all the 5 subjects. If you like what you see today and you want to use it, your students will be able to download all the 5 courses by just one click over here. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology for 6th grade, science, math, science, social studies, English, and Hindi, all 5 subjects with one click, they'll be able to download on their standalone station. What we believe is assessment will be online, but study will be offline. And for studying, we are giving the tools for the students and the teachers to download on the station, so that internet is not a barrier and you don't have to stay too long on the internet to study. So this is download for the student. The moment I click on any grade, for example, grade 7, all the 5 subjects of grade 7, if I'm a teacher of science, teaching science, I'll click on this, and this whole course will be downloaded on my desktop. And I present and give lectures by using that desktop, so that internet is not a constraint to you while you're presenting. So remember, and this will be offline, and you will be able to download it anytime you want. Something you will download even after the presentation. So for mathematics, for all the subjects, you download for your own subject that you teach. For students, they download all the subjects that they study. So for both of them. So let me now go to the next part, the samplers. See my screen here. I've divided that into 5 segments: math, science, social studies, and English and Hindi. The first file on each part is the discussion, which is teachers' lecture notes. and also student tutorials. In mathematics, you have a lot more activity because of the nature of subject. Lot of practice sheets, test your skill, practice sheet, and so on. You will see small sampler. I will not be having the time to show you everything, but I will give you samplers where you can see and view as to how it looks like. First of all, let me pick up samplers from 6th to 10th grade. Your entire lecture notes will be designed as you see the screen. You are teaching some topic will be listed here, and all the components that you will teach will be listed here on the side. What I am going to present is my lecture. I have marked here what I am going to show you, because I don't have the time to show you everything. You can view that online, you'll be able to download. Let us suppose I consider math lab. What you're going to see, my dears, they're not nothing new. You must have seen it several times. But the question is, it will be available to you, it will be on your fingertips, and it will be to you as well as to your students. This is 8th grade content showing three-dimensional effect of three-dimensional objects. You're teaching today how many faces this cube has, how many corners it has, three-dimensional effect. You can easily count now. You don't have to explain it. And how many edges? You can easily count it. And how many corners? There's 8, 4 on the top and 4 at the bottom. That was easy. But here, this is sometimes difficult for the students to watch. You can see that how the three-dimensional object, that pyramid, expands into different faces and planes and so on. You can easily count it as 4 or 5 planes. It has 4 and 4, 8 edges, and it has 4 corners. These are tools to teach, remember. And we are talking for each and every subject, for every topic, you will have similar kind of tools. I'll jump on to this curved surface area. How do you define the curved surface area of a cylinder? Again, nothing new for you. You've seen it, but now it will be available to you under your fingertip in your digital form. Normally we say the students remember 2 pi RH is the surface area, curved surface area of the cylinder. Where does it come from? Well, take any sheet of paper, wrap it around, cut down the extra one. What is left, you clearly see, is the curved surface area of the cylinder. But what is this area? One length was nothing but the circumference. Other length is the height. So the area of this is 2 pi RH, as we all know. Simple demonstration. Remember now, you see this button over here? You watch it, click or press space bar. Now this button, we call this as instructional pause. At every step, it stops and you discuss. It stops and you discuss. It is not like a PowerPoint presentation or a single screen content that everything comes on the screen and you then start reading the lines. No. At every step, it stops and you discuss. And stoppage is only for interacting with the students. So let me go down to next part of this. You know, in mathematics, you define, illustrate, and explain, and then you give some example. I will pick up just one example, which is probably from 9th grade. You want to solve this linear inequality. Just watch, my friends, those of you who are mathematics teachers. How do you do open-ended or free response assessment online? Not multiple choice. Everybody does multiple choice, not a big deal. But multiple choice may not be the right way to learn mathematics. Right now, this is a question on the screen. It's an example that you can discuss in the class after you explain in lecture notes how to solve simple linear equation. All right. First of all, it's on the screen. Let your audience try to solve this thing. If not, click on solution and step by step show the solution. And just watch how to enter the answer. The solution to this is less than minus 2.5. To minus 2 and minus 2.5, I mark it. Interval is open. And to the left of this, and I click on done. No, I have not completed my answer. Right now, I have to enter this value also. X is less than 2.5, negative 2.5. And I click on done now. Now I am marked. Before I go further, let me explain so many things on this. First of all, this question has two parts, one part and two parts. Each part has separate points, 3 points and 1 point. Number one, you have free response assessment online, and that too partially graded. The student will get the points for what he does right. And look at these two buttons. You have explained one question, click new version, new version, new version, new version. Click on new version and let the class do it. Or let the people who are listening to you on a video conference, let them do it while you're presenting. And this solution is for you to teach or to use step by step. Now, my friend, pay attention now. Supposing I hide these two buttons. I hide these two buttons. Imagine this screen. If I hide these two buttons, this becomes a question for the test. This is a question for the homework assignment. This is a question for actual test. In homework assignment, student will get it immediately if they are wrong. In test, they will not see solution until the time they submit the test in the end. So in brief, I am just showing you the power of assessment along with the teaching and learning. Let me go back. So lecture notes and examples are embedded in our mathematics teaching. We all know that. Practice sheet is a very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. Normally we give practice sheet 10 questions per page, 5 questions per page, and students are doing it. Same practice sheet, everybody doing it. Not anymore. Pay attention, my friends. This is a very, very powerful thing that you're going to see. Say, for example, today I taught in the class parallel lines and transversal and the relationship related to the angles between them. All right. There are only 3 questions because the topic was only very small. And I will making mistake. I will making mistake. I enter here something, 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 and click on done. I got 0 score that I deserved because I did nothing. But then making mistake is not a problem in this system. Click on solution and learn from it. Step by step by step. Similarly, look for all the solutions. After having looked at the solution, and then what? What is over here? New set, new set, new set, new set. Keep on doing it until the time you do it right. So whatever your teacher taught today, let him master it with a simple practice sheet that you have. You make a mistake, don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be feeling embarrassed because it is you who is self-learning as a student. Nobody is watching you. Every time you make a mistake, learn from solution and take it on a new set and try again. This is a very powerful tool here. What you call as speed test. If you're a very smart person and you know the concept very, very well, and you know, oh, I know this stuff very well. Okay, all right. How fast you can do it. This is related to angles. This 6th grade stuff. Well, I can finish that in in 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. All right, click on start. What is the complement of 40 degrees? 50. All right, it's asking me 50 what? All right, I put the 50 degrees. Supplement 80. 80 what? 80 degrees. What is the value of x? It's 60. Again, 60 what? 60 degree. And so on and on. Let me save my time. I click on submit. I got the score that I deserve. But now, click on report. I get report. I got what is wrong, what is right. And I can click on new set, new set, new set. But that new set culture is all the way you will see that. Those of you who have kids at home, grade 1 to 5, watch it, what you're going to see. It's a treat. Just watch it. You have here small activity. You define the value of each of these animals. Think of a strategy. Well, I'm picking up one that's easy for me to do without thinking. You see how many variations you have? Unlimited. Now, I as a child, first of all, have to find out which of these row or column should I use to find the value of a cow. Well, all three are cows. It's a simple division. Division by 3. So the cow's value is equal to 8. All right. If cow is 8, what else row I can use to find the value of puppy? Take the first row. There's 1 cow and 2 puppies. Take the value of cow, that is 8, out. What is left is 6. Divide 6 by 2, you get puppy. Puppy is equal to 3. What else I can use? I can use the third column. I have puppy and elephant. 2 puppies means 6. Take 6 out of 15 is 9. Elephant is equal to 9. And what is left is a dog. And you have third column, basically. You have puppy is 3. Elephant is 9, 12. What's left is 6. That is equal to 6. So, click on done. You got graded. And then what? New version, new version, new version. And you can have as many versions as you want. Let me get out of this. Another activity. Here, recognition of the color. This is second grade stuff. You got, my friend. Let me go next. I spent too much time on mathematics. Let me go next now. I hope you're still with me. Mathematics is over. I'm now going to the science. For science, discussion of lecture notes is the same as mathematics. Step by step, step by step. Step by step. I click on discussion. You're supposing this is 7th grade content. You are teaching today joints and ligaments. Again, just like mathematics, what you're going to teach is on the left column. Click on the topic, first topic. The location in your body, all that. Look at this step by step, step by step. Discuss it as much as you can. Move next. Discuss it as much as you can. Move next. Discuss it as much as you can, each and every part. So this is what you call the instructional pause. You stop at every step and discuss what needs to be discussed. All right. Just compare this with the type of slide that you have. It's all dynamic, animated. All right. So these are discussion, lecture note, teaching notes. The most important for the sciences is the virtual labs. Lecture notes, as you have seen now, we have talked enough about it. Then the virtual labs. And that is very, very rare in digital form that you will find. It's digital, it's not videos, they're digital. That means if tomorrow you want to modify some lab, you just have to send a request, and next day you will have a modified lab. See, for example, I picked up 2-1. Water is a bad conductor of heat, as a poor conductor. This is against the intuition that we have. Normally we see water boiling all the time from bottom. That means it seems like water is a good conductor, but it's not. Now prove it. Very simple experiments. And all these experiments are embedded into the lecture notes also, as and when and wherever needed. What is required for this? Simple, you need ice cube, copper wire, and boiling tube. Very simple experiment. Now the process. Watch it carefully. Take an ice cube, wrap it with wire or gauze, and slowly put it, just slant it, put it in the tube, and now heat it from the top. Heat it from the top, not from the bottom. And you will see that the water is boiling from the top, but the ice at the bottom is not melting. Showing that it's not going down to water. So water is a poor conductor of heat. Simple experiment, and you will have these kinds of experiments, my dear, for each and every lesson of science course. Everything is explained through virtual labs and discussion that you've seen. Next comes assessment. You saw assessment in mathematics. Assessment in sciences, it contains column matching, figure-based, reviews. Of course, multiple choice questions are all there everywhere, but this is different. See, for example, you are given a topic on electricity, you probably 8th grade or 9th grade content. You have to identify, match it, all right? So even if I'm wrong, if I will click a new set, I made mistakes. Click on done, then click on solution. So the point I'm trying to make is that a child, when is learning, making mistake is not a problem. This is a culture. ये हमारी तस्वीर में है. तो बच्चा गलती करे, सीखे, दोबारा करे, सीखे, दोबारा करे. That's what you call as learning mode, self-learning mode, without getting embarrassed from anybody watching them. Yeah. Or figure-based. This is from biology. Cell walls. This is DNA. This is flagellum. This is ribosome. This is plasma. Click on done. All right. And I click on new set. I just goof it. and I get the score what I deserve, click on solution and learn from it. So, go back. Similarly, social sciences is also as powerful as sciences. You'll be amazed to see the power of graphics and how convenient and interesting it becomes for the teachers to teach using this tool. Watch it carefully. I picked up a tutorial on a topic that almost everybody knows sitting over here, because it doesn't require you to be social scientist to understand what I present. What you have to see is how it's presented, the information, the knowledge behind it, and our kids, how they learn. Tutorial is on Punjab. In this lesson, this is the objective. On every lesson on social sciences, the topic starts from here. List of objectives as it ought to be in every course. And now, discussion. Again, as before, this is your lecture notes. All the topics of today's lecture are all listed on the left side. If you have taught 3 topics in the previous lecture, you can start from this topic in the next lecture. So, brief introduction. You just watch the graphics, please. And remember here, I am clicking here, and when you use it, you decide when to go next, because that's what is interactive step by step. Northern Plains, location is in northwest, direction is showing here, is about the rivers. The bordering states of Punjab. Remember, these are not only your teaching tools, they're also tutorials for the students, and they can watch it as many times as they want after downloading from our site. International border. Punjab has only one international border, that is Pakistan. Fact file. Capital, population, language, the colorful dress the people wear, and their names, and how they look like. And what are they called? You'll be surprised that students in our Delhi schools may not be knowing even all these names that we are listing over here. But a Punjab kid is okay. They're usual things. Special food. Your saag, roti, lassi, and how they look like. Simple things. But knowledge for the children to know the whole thing, if they were not born and raised in Punjab and they're not familiar with this, even if they're in Punjab, they need to know all these things. Occupations. Rivers, important places, and so on. So you see the power of graphics. And for each and every concept of social science, you'll see the same power of graphics that you've just seen in a small view. And in social science also, the assessment part is very powerful. Just watch it here. First of all, I like the column matching part. This is about the states and capitals. I'm picking up a very familiar thing. Gandhinagar, of course, it is Gujarat. Bhubaneswar is probably Odisha. Chandigarh is Punjab. Himachal Pradesh is Shimla. Jammu and Kashmir is Srinagar. And now, the question is, Keep on clicking new set, new set, new set, new set, new set. You will cover all states. And until the time you do it right, 100%, and for all these states, keep on doing it and learning it. So within 1 hour's practice, a child can remember the name of each and every state of the country. Okay. So that's the power. That's the power of new set and solution side by side. If I make a mistake here, for example, and I click on done, I got 0%, what I deserve. I close it, I click on solution. I got the answers here. Match there. And so on. Map paste. आपके हिंदुस्तान में कौन सी स्टेट कहाँ है? अब वही उसी तरह जैसे कैपिटल और states and their capitals, same thing like over here, geographic location of this different states. This is phone and watch. Voko di Jammu Kashmir. Assam is of course on the east. This is Odisha. This should be Rajasthan. This should be Maharashtra. This should be Tamil Nadu. And this should be Uttarakhand. Click on done. Good, but you can do better. All right, let me see what mistake I made. I made Assam wrong mistake. So click on solution. It will show me all the states where it should be. So what I'm trying to emphasize is, my dears, that not knowing for a child is not a problem. If the child is engaged, he will learn no matter what. And all these activities that you are watching here, they are assessment activities, and online they're all graded and they are recorded, and they will become your home assignment for the students to complete after your lecture. Similarly, English language, almost the same type. Tutorials, I don't have to go through that because there's no power of graphics in tutorials. But step by step, that is our culture. That is a culture for each and every subject, no matter what it is. So tutorial is the same, but the activities are so many types of activities, kinds of nouns. So for example, conjectures. Simple, this may be 4th grade or 5th grade content. I heard a noise, I switched on the light. What conjunction should be there? So I clicked the light. That incident happened years and years ago. Years and years ago. Let us wait here until the rain stops. I saw him leaving an hour or two ago. He had to leave his job because of ill health. Walk quickly or you will be late. Is that John's sister or yours? We were getting tired, so we stopped for rest. Would you like to tea or coffee? Kimberly may be in-house. Or 10 out of 10, completed. Click on done. Are you? Yes, I'm done. I got my score, but if I had made mistake, I click on solutions. And I can go back one by one and make sure what mistake I made and what is the answer. And if I made mistakes, I click on new set. I click on new set. I click on new set. And I keep on doing it until the time I feel some confidence. All right, let me go back. See, for example, you have activity of jumbled words. This is sentence construction. This was learned by practice. And before they start writing sentences, let them make sentences from the given word, jumbled words. Okay. She has misplaced her book. Period. We played games under the reset. We sat and played games under the tree. Period. You see, there's an option to correct if you make a mistake. All these things. This teacher teaches well. Next. Eggs are good for health. He has to think to make a sentence before he starts making a sentence of his own. The dog is a faithful animal, and period. If I miss the period, let us see what happens. She is fond of her grandparents, period. We got wet in the rain, period. And the last question, James' mother is a good cook, period. And done. All right, let us see. I made one mistake. Let us see what mistake I made. Click on that and see the mistake. And go back. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is not okay. Why? The period is missing. Period is missing. And so on. New set, new set, new set. Practice it as much as you can. Make sentences from the jumbled words, and then you will start making sentences of your own. Go back. So the column matching for vocabulary building is one of the best things that in English we have. Column matching. Whether it is synonyms or antonyms or whatever you have, so many times with different ways of developing spelling skill. Match it. You're looking for synonyms. Very important. Faithful, loyal. Fake, phony. Famous, noted. Fair, far, distant, fast, rapid. Done. All right. Not a big deal. New set, new set, new set. Keep on learn as many. Yes. Hello. Yeah. Learn as many words as you can. This will be skill. Word scramble is for challenging kids. I'm not going to touch that. And Hindi and English activities are almost the same. Therefore, I will not spend much time on this. My friends, this is the content. Let me go back and show you one thing for writing skill. One of the things that we have is probably you have never seen or heard. How do we evaluate or how do we do our writing online? We have a tool, what you call is Dropbox. In a Dropbox, what is this tool? And you go online, you click on Dropbox link for a teacher. You define the topic of essay topic as what you're typing. Define the conditions under which the student is supposed to write the essay. No cutting and pasting, no spell check. You create the environment of writing so that plagiarism is completely eliminated. Student has to think, draft, and write. So every student, when the teacher creates the assignment online using Dropbox, and the student opens that Dropbox, he sees that assignment. He completes the assignment in one sitting, two sittings, multiple sittings. Once he submits it, then that is submitted. And all the students, one by one, they are submitting the assignment, and they're all compiled together in one document, and the teacher gets that compiled document. And that compiled document has one box for one student. One box, for every box contains student's assignment, and a box and a rubric. And based on the rubric, he grades each student's box, enter the score, and keep on doing for every student in that compiled document. And once he submits that document, that compiled document gets split into student boxes, and the student score goes into students' boxes. Students have their already pre-graded assignment. So this way, grading teacher has to do. In writing assignment, grading teacher has to do. But all the paperwork, submission, deadlines, all that is controlled by the system. So that also is a very, very powerful tool for the students to use. Next is LMS and LMS, an assignment. Now, my friends, I hope you're still with me. I'm going to now online to show you as to what the online portal looks like. And I repeat once again, whatever you have seen so far, you could do that offline by downloading our courses, which will let you know in the end of the seminar how to download the courses that you are teaching. First of all, sample courses. And later on, if you want to use it officially, then you can actually download the whole courses on your station. But that downloaded courses will be for lecture notes, offline assessment, practice sheets, and so on. But actual assessment, grading, recording is online. That's what you're going to see now. So I'm taking you to online now, Educo site. This is our Educo homepage. I'm already logged in. This is called requirement page. When you log in online, you will see requirement page. At this, you will see, you will be getting training later on if you happen to use us later on. At this time, I will not spend much time on this. Continue. This is teacher's login page. I have logged in as a teacher. These are all the courses I am teaching. Since I have an admin role, I have so many courses authorized to me. For you as a teacher, you will have just 1 or 2 or 3 courses. I am picking up a demo course, webinar demo. This is the course, my dear, you will be able to download after the seminar to play around yourself, doing exactly the same what I am doing right now. You will be able to download the course, have a free yourself. So in order to get into this course, I click on go. My purpose of coming online is only to show you how the online assignments look like and what are the features of online component. All that what you call is learning management system, what does it really mean? Home page is going back to the page where I selected the course. This is my roster page, my class, all my students, their user IDs. When did they log in? How many times they log in, I can see it. They have been added as a guest. I can see the progress report of every student. I can change their password and ID if they want. I can log into them. I can take class attendance. I can send email to all these students. I click on this. I can send email. If some students are not working and not doing assignment, I can temporarily drop them and so on. I can print this list, whole roster if I want to. But I'm not, this seminar is not meant for giving you the orientation of LMS. This seminar is going to give you now how the assessment looks online. Yeah. Roster, tools. You'll upload your syllabus, Word file. You set up your gradebook online. You can match it exactly with CBSE as this thing. Your master lesson plan, you can upload it. You can import from some other teachers what he has done. You can add your own notes which you want, your PowerPoint presentation or videos if you want your own. You conduct surveys and so on. The purpose of this, lecture notes, assessment, resources, communication, user management tool, reports, support, this whole component, this is called LMS. You will have, if you happen to use us and decide to use us, you will have an orientation and training how to use all these tools. This is not the time to discuss that. So, but assessment, you can see that. Here is assessment. This is a list of assessments. You see that it can be homework, it can be quiz, it can be major test, number of items, maximum time they can take, expiry date. You can change the setting if you want. You can see how it looks like. You can print it if you want to. You can see the score of the whole class if you want. Let me see if somebody has taken it. I click on this. Yes, some students have taken it. This is my demo class. This guy got 90%, 100%, and so on. He got a score here. See the power. This is my class. They have taken the test. I can see their score. He got 9 out of 10 and got 90%. And he attempted how many times? He attempted 5 times. And every time he took a different test altogether. That is what you call as engagement at home. You get a bad score, doesn't matter. Take it over again. And now, no, sorry. Maximum attempt allowed, but he attempted only once. When he took it, at what time? At 9 a.m. Each and every information about the student is all recorded. Now I click on details. It's loading. You see, the details. He spent 2 minutes in completing it, attempted only one time, on this date, at this time. He started at 9:20 and finished at 9:29, just took 2 minutes, time spent so much. He scored 9 out of 10, 10 is total point, he scored 90%. That's not important. You as a teacher, watch it. I can view what student did. If you click, I click on that, I can see all the items that he did. What was his score? How much time he spent? This is the item he missed, this item. I can go, click on solution. I can see that he entered the answer which was wrong. So I as a student, I as a teacher, has each and every information about the child's assessment online. Nothing is secret. Which item he answered incorrectly and why, what answer he entered. Now the question is, supposing you feel that he made a small mistake. Instead of 8, he scored 4. Everything else is correct. System graded him wrong. What do you do? As a teacher, normally I'll give him a credit. So I'll go back. I close it. I go back. Sorry. I go back. If he made a mistake, I can change it. And I can update the score. Nothing is written in stone in our system. If you as a teacher find that the system somehow, he did not enter the unit, therefore he did it wrong, and you want to give him credit, it is your choice as a teacher. You can decide whether you should get it or not. Assessment is a very powerful thing. But in the system, the check mark means this score is edited. His original score was different. this is edited, and so on. Let me go back and also look at this button. R. Supposing you gave a time that student must complete this test in 30 minutes, all right? And somehow one student sends you an email, Madam, I just could not finish in time, but I knew the whole thing. Can you please allow me to complete the test? What do? Click on R. R means resume. And now the student will be able to start from where he ended. He can complete the test. That's number one. And number two, supposing he's taking a test and his light goes off. Somebody pulled the power out. His screen is gone. What happened to his test? Out of 30 items, he has already completed 25. His test is not gone. Teacher can put on a review mode. He can, whenever the light comes back, he can start the test again, and he will start from where he left, from question number 26. So in our system, nothing is lost. Even if the power goes failure or internet goes off, nothing gets lost. And teacher has a full control. So this is basically, my friends, this is what I want to share with you. I think I'm almost running close to my time. It's 1 hour now. And I will like to give you some time. Pushpesh, is there anything left for me to talk?
Sir, please tell, actually, so many of teachers are asking me in my chat room that how we can use this. So how to get started.
Okay, all right. Should I talk about this?
Yeah, there is a button in the presentation. You can just share that.
Okay, all right. All right, let me close my screen. Pushpesh, you will talk? Or should I continue?
Yeah, just click on get started, sir.
Okay, all right. Getting started. We hope you have what you've seen, you like what you've seen, and now have more information about how teachers can engage students online and so on. What next? The question is what next? There are two things. One is a sampler course that you can download. Go to EducoSoft, www, that's the icon, you can write it down. This is the site, educosoft.com. You can go to that site, and on the homepage, you will see a link, download sampler course. Click on that link, and then you will follow these steps.
So that I will demonstrate after the presentation.
All right. So then let's, Pushpesh, you explain the next two parts. Okay? Or should I do this? First of all, let me send this open as I promised before. Is there anybody who would like to ask any question? I will stop sharing the screen. Is there anybody who'd like to ask any question?
So all the teachers, I would like to request, if you have any question, you are free to ask the question from us.
Hello, I am Shubhra Verma. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
My question is it free to download and to use? Or further, like, is there any subscription amount we have to pay or our students has to pay? This is my question, sir.
Okay, ma'am, in this case, what we need to do, I just, after this presentation, I will demonstrate how to download, जैसा sir ने बोला, एक sampler course you can download on your computer and you can play with the content. We have put some module from the lower grade and the higher grade. So any teacher can download that sampler content for basically on your computer. उसके बाद ma'am, if you want to use in your school and you have intent to use this course in your school, you can mail me so that we can discuss it later on, how to use the entire curriculum, how to download by the teachers and school, how school can use this platform.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Shubha
Am
ji,
I audible,
Mr.
sir?
Yes,
I am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Sir, I am Anjali Mishra from AFO School, Hilton. So after that also, if we have seen this and we have seen some of the courses, so if the school wants to use it, that time we have to pay for it.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
time we have to pay
Pushpesh.
for it.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
there is a nominal fees for that. Yeah, there's a, it is heavily subsidized by Educo Foundation, but there is a fees for, I think probably, how much it is? 15 rupees per subject,
Yeah,
Pushpesh? Hmm.
Per subject per month
month.
or per month.
Yes.
That's very nice, sir. Excellent, sir. Excellent,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
And it will be for all. You will be having some other subjects also, or the same basic subjects that have been
yeah.
shared here.
15, uh, बेटा 15 rupees per subject per course per month
हाँ.
ये रखा है और अगर आपके स्कूल में कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते उनके लिए हम चार्ज नहीं करेंगे
Okay. So this can be done for from the student side also. They can also do it. The school
Yeah.
yeah
can have it,
individual
and the individual student can also have it.
yeah individual
Right.
student can pay it online and have it
Very nice, sir. Very nice, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I have a question. I am from the FO school. Sir, the assessment which you have just taught us, that we are doing the assessment through different tools using, is this assessment is recorded somewhere and we can check this assessment of every student later on, anytime, whenever we want?
oh yes ma'am let me respond to that I'm
Yeah.
glad you asked this question Madam Nigam I'm glad you
Yes.
asked this question you
Yes,
know
sir.
in this system everything that a student does
Yeah.
उसने किस वक्त लॉग इन किया
Right,
कौन सी
sir.
चीज पढ़ी उसने कौन सा टेस्ट
Right.
लिया कितना टाइम स्पेंड किया कितना स्कोर आया कितनी बार लिया ये
Right,
सारी
sir.
चीज रिपोर्ट के माध्यम से आपको हर वक्त लागू है मिलेगी
Okay, sir. And we
You
can
just have
check
to
it offline also, or we need
नहीं ऑफलाइन
always the
नहीं ऑफलाइन
internet
नहीं
for that.
ना ना उसके ये ऑफलाइन नहीं चीजें सारी इंटरनेट पर ही हैं
Right, sir.
ऑफलाइन सिर्फ आपको पढ़ाने के जो टूल हैं वो ऑफलाइन
Okay,
मिलेंगे
okay,
बाकी
okay,
सब
okay.
कुछ ऑनलाइन होगा हाँ
Right, sir. Thank you so
और
much,
ऑनलाइन
sir.
भी होगा
Right, right.
और प्रोटेक्टेड भी इतना है कि आप जो टीचर हैं तो सिर्फ आप ही देख पाएंगे और कोई नहीं देख पाएगा
Right. Actually, I'm a social science teacher and I find it too good to teach map work and everything which you have just explained. So I just wanted to know if we are keeping it as a match the column or filling the states of the map and everything is it, and the score of the children has been recorded or not. This is I just wanted to know because later
Oh,
on
yes.
we'll be needing it in the end of the year. Suppose this pandemic get over and we are back to our normal teaching. So at that time also we can get all the results recorded in that.
मैं आपको बताता हूँ एक
Okay.
मिनट
हाँ जी.
प्लीज स्क्रीन शेयर करना निगम मैडम निगम एक मिनट देखना जरा
हाँ जी, हाँ जी सर.
प्लीज जरा स्क्रीन शेयर करना
मैम सर शेयर स्क्रीन आप ही कर पाएंगे
ओके ओके ऑलराइट अब ये देखिए मैडम
Yes, sir.
ये वन ऑफ द स्कूल का है मैडम
Right.
अनीता शर्मा आप जानते होंगे बड़े मशहूर जाने माने प्रिंसिपल हैं दिल्ली में
Okay,
उनके
sir.
स्कूल हमारे 3 साल से लगातार यूज कर रहे हैं ये
Okay.
उनके स्कूल की रिपोर्ट है
Right.
I'm here.
okay ma'am is here sir.
Anita Sharma is
अनिता
here.
जी नमस्कार
Namaskar, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा अब
Good
ये
morning
देखिए,
from my
माफी
side
में-
also, ma'am. Good morning to you too.
All of you.
ये
Yes, sir.
सारे के सारे ग्रेड हैं
Right,
छठी से
sir.
लेके 10वीं तक ये मैं
Okay,
8वीं
okay.
पर क्लिक कर रहा हूँ
Okay.
8वीं पर क्लिक कर रहा हूँ और ये देखिए ये एक्चुअल रिपोर्ट है
Okay,
ये
sir.
हमारी बनाई हुई नहीं है एक्चुअल रिपोर्ट है
Okay, sir.
ये
Mhm.
पिछले टर्म में इसी साल पहली अप्रैल से लेकर 15 दिसंबर तक
Okay,
15
right.
सितंबर तक 15 सितंबर
Got
तक
it, got it. हाँ जी.
ये गर्मियों का महीना है छुट्टियां हैं
Yes,
ये
sir.
और ये देखिए कितना टाइम स्पेंड किया बच्चों ने
True, true.
27 घंटे 26 घंटे
Right.
22 घंटे ये हर एक चीज
Okay.
रिकॉर्ड की हुई है आती है
Right.
बच्चे ने
Right.
मैथमेटिक्स में कितना काम किया, साइंस में कितना लिया, इंग्लिश में कितना लिया, सोशल स्टडीज में, हिंदी में, और टोटल टाइम कितना
Great,
है,
great.
ये एवरेज। अब ये देखिए, एक चीज ध्यान देखिएगा कि सारे सेक्शनों में 3 सेक्शन है, सारे सेक्शन में ऑलमोस्ट एक टाइम, दैट
Yes,
मीन
sir.
एवरी स्टूडेंट इज यूनिफॉर्मली एंगेज,
Yeah, using it. Yeah.
यूजिंग इट, यूनिफॉर्मली एंगेज।
True.
ये है पावर।
Got it, sir.
ये
Got it.
अभी हम लोग हिंदुस्तान में नहीं कर रहे। अब ये अभी पेंडेमिक के वक्त बच्चों को अगर एंगेज करना है तो यही तरीका है।
Very true, sir.
आप
This is,
उनको
I agree. I agree.
ऑफलाइन कंटेंट से पढ़ाइए और बच्चों को एंगेज करिए ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट के साथ।
Got it, sir.
थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग
Thank
क्वेश्चन,
you.
दैट्स वेरी गुड।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
थैंक यू।
Regards, sir.
Anybody
Lots
else?
of regards.
Anybody else would like to ask question?
Yes, good morning, sir. I want to know one thing. As you say, there's the average time the student is spent on the math, science, and other subjects of the 8th class. Do the tools not follow the links? Can we know that one also? Some student give more time and some student not give the time.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So if you have your class, and in your class whatever the students is doing, whatever the time they are spending, each and every time is recording individually as per student. तो आप कोई भी स्टूडेंट कितना टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा है वो इंडिविजुअली भी स्टूडेंट का आप देख सकते हैं। किस बच्चे ने ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड किया है, किसने कम टाइम स्पेंड किया है, वो सब कुछ उस पर रिकॉर्ड होता है। तो ये इंडिविजुअली भी रिकॉर्ड होता है स्टूडेंट वाइज। हमने जो सर ने अभी
ये देखिएगा, यहाँ पर बच्चे ने टाइम ट्यूटोरियल में कितना स्पेंड किया, ई बुक में कितना स्पेंड किया, टेस्ट में कितना स्पेंड किया, टोटल टाइम कितना है, तो उसका स्कोर कितना है एवरेज, उसका ग्रेड कितना है, ये सारे का सारा रिपोर्ट जो है ये टीचर को हर वक्त अवेलेबल है। और ये रियल टाइम रिपोर्ट है। रियल टाइम रिपोर्ट का मतलब है कि अगर आपके बच्चे ने अभी टेस्ट लिया है तो आप इमीडिएटली लॉग इन करके देख सकते हैं उसने कितना टेस्ट स्पेंड किया है।
Okay, that's very good, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, parents
Yeah.
भी देख सकते हैं इसको?
हमारे, हाँ, आपने बहुत अच्छा सवाल पूछा है जी, बहुत अच्छा सवाल पूछा। हमारे पास एक ऑप्शन है, क्योंकि बहुत स्कूल, शायद सारे स्कूल ये पसंद ना करें, लेकिन हमारे सिस्टम में एक ऑप्शन है कि हर हफ्ते बच्चा जो भी करता है उसकी रिपोर्ट अपने आप पेरेंट्स को चले जाएगी। ये ऑप्शन है। तो पेरेंट्स को तो एक्सेस मिल ही सकता है, कोई बात ही नहीं है। ये स्कूल की पॉलिसी के बारे में है। अगर स्कूल चाहता है पेरेंट्स के साथ शेयर करना तो सिस्टम अपने आप ही इंफॉर्मेशन भेजेगा।
That's too good, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
थैंक यू। और कोई भी सवाल हो भैया पूछिएगा। अभी बैठे हैं हम, आपके लिए है ये सेमिनार। ओके, अगर अभी सवाल नहीं है।
Sir, this is Shweta Jain from F4 School, Hindon. Sir, I'm maths teacher. So I want to ask one query. Your software is very good, excellent, I must say. So there is one thing. In the meantime, when we are teaching in maths, especially, students ask in between questions, in which we have no option except to write at that time and show it to the students. So this software is having an access of that kind that we can write the student's query and give him answer at that his question.
That you can do with chat. Chat is going on side by side. But Pushpi,
Sir, actually, in maths, we have to write the equations and all. Suppose the student has some question. So is there any kind of whiteboard kind of a thing in which we can write easily?
मैम, द थिंग इज लाइक जो भी आपके सपोज आपने कोई भी टॉपिक आप ले रहे हैं तो एवरीथिंग इज ऑलरेडी प्री रिटन इन द स्लाइड। तो बेसिकली आप कुछ भी चीज मिस नहीं कर सकते। वो सारा का सारा ऑलरेडी उसमें सारी इक्वेशंस, कैसे वो इक्वेशन आ रही है, सब कुछ उसमें ऑलरेडी डिफाइंड है। इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम व्हाट वी हैव, देन यू कैन यूज व्हाइट बोर्ड काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी, जैसे आप जूम क्लास से या पीपीटी क्लास से ले रहे हैं, तो इवन यू कैन राइट ऑन दिस काइंड ऑफ कंटेंट विद द एनोएट टूल. तो आजकल पेन्स टूल्स आते हैं, तो यू कैन राइट इट डाउन ऑन दिस आल्सो.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Whiteboard is open source and that can be used very effectively. Open whiteboard, if you will be using, it has all geometrical tools, it has all writing tools, it has all typing tools also, so you can use that, and you can share your screen as the screen is shared right now. Yes, yes, ma'am. Exactly, this was my question. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay.
And ma'am, I would like to request you also, please speak few words how your school is using in this situation about our program.
Okay. I start to everyone. I will share my experience because our journey is now 3 years long with this tool, with this software, and during pandemic, the tool has come as a, I must say this was like a vardhan. So all teachers, they were very friendly with the tool. All the students, they were also very friendly with the tool, and all the parents. So there was a total acceptance for the tool. Let me share my experience, but before I share my experience, I would like to clarify 2-3 things to all the teachers, because most of you must be using certain things for the first time. So one thing should be very, very clear to everybody, that there is difference between the online meeting tool and the learning management system. Like when you are using Zoom kind of thing, right now, whatever we are using, this is a meeting platform. Zoom is a meeting platform. But if you are talking about this EducoSoft software, this is a complete learning management system. And that means it gives you flexibility to make your calendar here, to plan your assessments here, to plan your learning modules here. To give the assignment to the students, to check their assignments. So that means you have the complete freedom to perform all the activities as you are doing in your classrooms. तो ये सबसे अच्छी बात इसकी ये है. तो ये learning management system है. दूसरी important चीज ये है कि आप इसको use कर सकते हैं as an online tool and as an offline tool. So whenever we talk about the online education. Online education is not only online teaching through the Zoom meeting platform. It is something more than that. It should be the blend of the synchronous learning and the asynchronous learning. And when I'm using these two words, because during the pandemic situation, all of us have learned lots of new technology, and all of us also has acquired new vocabulary. So synchronous learning is that when you are teaching, when you are interacting with them face to face, you are engaging them in the discussion and you are answering them. Okay, but asynchronous learning is that when you are giving them certain tasks where they explore themselves, where you motivate them to be the self-directed learners. तो आपको ये ध्यान रखना है ऑनलाइन टीचिंग के समय कि आपकी टीचिंग दोनों तरह की लर्निंग का ब्लेंड होना चाहिए. चाइल्ड शुड गेट बोथ काइंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज. ही शुड बी एबल टू डिस्कस विद यू, and at the same time he should also be able to self-explore. So what we observed with the help of this tool, our children, they went into the self-learning mode, because this platform gives them the possibility of attempting the assessment as many number of times as they want, without even consulting with anybody, without even telling anybody about their failures or their learning level, without even sharing that at what level they have performed. So we observe that in our school, since we made this as a compulsory part of the internal assessment. आप CBSE की जो भी latest guidelines हैं उनके according आपको पता है कि 20% marks इनके internal assessment के लगते हैं और 80% marks जो है वो आप summative evaluation के use करते हैं. Internal assessment में generally parents को, students को ऐसा problem भी होता है कि हमारे जो marks हैं वो कहीं biased तो नहीं है.
तो ये प्लेटफॉर्म से सबसे खूबसूरत सी बात क्या है कि बच्चा अपने आप को असेस कर रहा है और उसके पास पूरी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है कि वो अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को जितना ज्यादा इम्प्रूव करना चाहता है वो उतना इम्प्रूव करे। तो हमने ऑब्जर्व किया कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ने अगर शुरू किया, इनिशियली सपोज किसी को मार्क्स मिला 2 out of 10, 20% मार्क्स मिला, तो बच्चे ने 3 बार 4 बार 5 बार असेसमेंट लिया और उसने अपनी असेसमेंट को 100% वाले लेवल तक पहुंचाया, because he was knowing that at least this 20% marks he can secure for himself for the internal assessment. दूसरी चीज, the child, because every time he has to take the assessment, he has to undergo the learning module. तो लर्निंग मॉड्यूल बार बार रिपीटेटिवली पढ़ने से उनके जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स और अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो क्लियर होती है, और हर बार क्योंकि नया असेसमेंट निकलता है, नया असाइनमेंट उसमें से जनरेट होता है, तो उनको ये कॉन्फिडेंस भी आता है कि मुझे कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया एंड आई कैन अप्लाई दिस टू न्यू सेट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. Somebody said here that she is a social science teacher. Social science teachers के लिए तो मैं स्पेशली ये शेयर करना चाहूंगी. 3 years back, our social science results of the board classes, they were okay. Average, okay, 75-80 तक score आता था. But after using the EducoSoft program, when we look at the board results of the social science, I found that every child was scoring more than 90% marks. I called the teacher, I said, what new you have done this year? आपने क्या अपनी पेडागोजी में ऐसा चेंज किया है, क्या स्पेशल किया है? उन्होंने बोला एक ही काम स्पेशल किया और वो है यूज ऑफ EducoSoft assessment. So children, they gain confidence after using this. They were reading again and again, and while writing the social sciences paper, their main problem is always the comprehension of the language. They're not able to write properly because they're not able to understand the language properly. And here, with the repetitive use of the learning modules and the assessment programs, their language has improved, their way of writing the answers has improved, and they are able to remember lots of things without efforts. So that was the most beautiful part about this program. And the same is with the language teachers also, because if you try to compare कि NCERT की book में ये है या मेरे school की book में ये है, so then you will be failing. But while we are teaching the language, our main aim is to help the child to acquire good competency in speaking and writing skills. And with the help of this software, they were able to do that because they were able to write grammatically correct sentences. They are able to understand the different comprehension passages every time the new passage appears, and they learn mastery over the language. So this way the software is helping them all. And for the mathematics and science, you have already seen certain tools, the lab experiments which are done here, the other practicals which are shown here. So, and the kind of analytical questions are embedded in the software, because you have just seen the glimpse of the software. Our teachers are and our students are using this for the past 3 years. And if you see the cost, then it is nothing in front of what parents they are paying to the coaching centers. The best comment from all the parents in my school is they tell me that, ma'am, because of this software, you have saved thousands of rupees of us, which we were spending on the coachings or the tuitions of the child. So I will say that I am all for it, and you should also try. And we are very thankful to Dr. Sharma that he introduced this tool in our school, and children are doing wonderfully well after this.
Thank you, Anitaji. Thank you very much. Thank you for the endorsement. I really appreciate that. Your feedback, being a user for the last 2-3 years, is very, very important, both for me and for others. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Any other questions you would like to ask from the audience, from me, or from Madam Anita Sharma. As Madam Sharma was saying, cost is not really a factor. You know, we have started this development foundation not to earn money here. No, this is typically a service category for us. But we have to maintain some staff here to provide services to the school. That's why we are charging very nominal, very, very nominal. And we are writing it to the schools, those who would like to explore our use. We are telling them, if you have X percentage of students who cannot afford, just let us know. Don't pay for us for that. So we will support those students in many ways. So we are here in a mission with all the tools that you need to teach and engage students and also to serve the teachers and students. And thank you very, very much for coming here in this seminar.
And before just end, I will demonstrate how to download this sample content. If you want to use this sample content and play the whatever the content Dr. Sharma basically demonstrate today, the same content you can download offline on your computer.
Let me also add, Pushpesh.
Yes.
If you download that, make sure these are small samplers, just to show you how to navigate and how to use. For each subject area, we have one lower grade file, one upper grade file, lower grade examples activities, upper grade example activities, samplers, just for you to see. The whole course, complete course you will have only if you agree to use it in a regular way. And for that, you will contact Pushpesh. And Pushpesh का इनके जो email भेजा है, आपको जो notice आया था meeting का, उसमें Pushpesh की information है. बहुत ही भला और नेक इंसान है, बहुत ही अच्छे, people love him. You will love to work with him. आप इनको बात करिए इनसे, और जो भी आपको चाहिए आपको ये देंगे.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And first of all, I just let you know my email ID. So please, this is my phone number and this is my email ID. So you can, whoever note down, they can note down. Even I can mail you with the thanks note, and I will share my information with you after this webinar. And now I will demonstrate how to download this sampler course from our website. So the first, what you need to do, you have to just open our website www.educosoft.com. आप जैसे ही वेबसाइट ओपन करेंगे, you will have a link over here. यहां पर आप देख रहे हैं एक बटन है डाउनलोड सैंपल कोर्स. यहां पर आप डबल क्लिक, जस्ट क्लिक ऑन डाउनलोड सैंपल कोर्स. आप इस बटन पर क्लिक करेंगे तो आप इस पेज पर पहुंच जाएंगे, जहां पर दो ऑप्शन आपको दिख रहे हैं. एक आपको डाउनलोड करने का ऑप्शन दिख रहा है, जहां से आप अपना सैंपल कोर्स डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं थ्रू दिस लिंक. और इसको इंस्टॉल कैसे करना है, उसके लिए इंस्टॉलेशन गाइड भी हमने यहाँ पर डाली हुई है कि अगर कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम आती है आपको डाउनलोड करके इंस्टॉल करने में, यू कैन ऑलवेज सी हाउ टू डाउनलोड एंड हाउ टू इंस्टॉल दिस कोर्स. तो मैं यहाँ से just I double click and you see it is start downloading over here. So once it will be downloaded, आप इस पर क्लिक करेंगे. यहां पर एक ध्यान रखने वाली चीज होगी कि जिनके पास विंडोज 10 कंप्यूटर होगा वहां पर ये स्क्रीन आ सकती है. जिनके भी कंप्यूटर विंडोज 10 के ऊपर होंगे, तो यहां पर आपको मोर इन्फो पर क्लिक करना है एंड रन एनीवे, एंड देन अ सेटअप विजार्ड विल कम. यहां पर सेटअप की स्क्रीन आएगी, जस्ट क्लिक ऑन नेक्स्ट. वो आपसे इंस्टॉलेशन का फोल्डर ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है, आपको यहां पर कुछ नहीं करना है, जस्ट क्लिक ऑन नेक्स्ट एंड देन क्लिक ऑन इंस्टॉल. और इमीडिएटली ये आपका इंस्टॉल हो जाएगा. इंस्टॉल होने के बाद ये आपको पूछेगा लॉन्च सैंपल कोर्स, एंड वंस यू फिनिश इट देन दिस कोर्स विल बी ऑन योर कंप्यूटर. ये आपके कंप्यूटर पर इंस्टॉल हो गया है अभी, और इसका आइकन आपके डेस्कटॉप पर, जो आपका डेस्कटॉप होता है उस पर आपका ये आइकन आ गया होगा। जब भी आप चाहें इसको उस आइकन के थ्रू कभी भी ओपन कर सकते हैं। आप जस्ट डबल क्लिक ऑन इट एंड इट विल ओपन। तो दिस इज द सैम्पलर कोर्स। यहां पर आप क्लिक हियर टू स्टार्ट करेंगे एंड यू विल गेट, जैसा सर ने बताया कि हमने कुछ सैंपल इसमें रखे हुए हैं आपके देखने के लिए। कुछ ग्रेड 6 से हैं, कुछ ग्रेड 9 से हैं, कुछ लोअर ग्रेड के हैं, कुछ हायर ग्रेड के हैं। सो यू हैव द ग्लिम्स फॉर बोथ काइंड ऑफ ग्रेड्स। तो मैथ्स का, अगर जिस टीचर्स को मैथ्स का देखना है, दे कैन हैव क्लास 6 के ट्यूटोरियल्स, एग्जांपल्स, मॉप्स एक्टिविटीज, प्रैक्टिस शीट। जस्ट क्लिक ऑन एनी एक्टिविटी एंड यू कैन स्टार्ट प्लेइंग with the content.
Sir, I have a question. Can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I don't know about the school. Like, it's a policy matter. It may take time. Like, I'll refer, but as an individual, can we have the access of your whole course?
Yes, ma'am. You can have the individual for yourself also. So okay. you can call me or you can just mail me. We will discuss it. How you can get this course. So इसमें मैथ्स के सैंपल्स हैं, इंग्लिश के हैं, साइंस के हैं, सोशल साइंस एंड हिंदी. So these are the samplers course.
You know, it's very clear, Pushpish, that everybody should know. Every individual teacher, आप जो पढ़ा रहे हैं वो कोर्स कंप्लीट डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं पढ़ाने के लिए। और अगर आपको ऑनलाइन भी एक्सेस चाहिए असेसमेंट क्रिएट करने के लिए, प्रिंट करने के लिए, तो वो भी मिल जाएगा आपको। हम टीचरों से कुछ पैसे कमाते नहीं है बिल्कुल। बड़ा आप टीचर हैं तो आप पढ़ाते हैं, तो आपको हम वैसे ही दे देंगे सब कुछ।
थैंक यू सर, मोस्ट वेलकम। थैंक यू सर।
Okay, but sir, now in this lockdown period, how can I use it?
ये लॉकडाउन पीरियड में मैडम बेहतर ऑनलाइन ही है या ऑनलाइन जाके ऑफलाइन इंस्टॉल करने में है। लॉकडाउन पीरियड में इसीलिए हमने सेमिनार रखा है। ये पीरियड ऐसा है कि लॉकडाउन पता नहीं कब जाएगा, ये आता जाएगा और आएगा जाएगा, पता नहीं कब ये खत्म होगा। इसीलिए हमें, दैट इज व्हाई वी वर प्रॉम्प्टेड टू हैव दिस सेमिनार, के लोगों को बताएं कि आपको पढ़ाने के लिए और बच्चों को सीखने के लिए हमारे पास सब कुछ है और बहुत ही मार्जिनल कॉस्ट के ऊपर है, ऑलमोस्ट फ्री। तो इसलिए आपके पास रिसोर्सेज हैं, यही हमने इसलिए सेमिनार रखा था।
Yes, it's very informative seminar, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I want to ask, is there any module for accountancy also? Because I take accountancy. Any practical questions are there?
आइए हमारी संस्था का हिस्सा बन जाइए और लिखिए हमारे लिए, वो भी बना देंगे। अभी हम अकाउंटिंग साइड पर नहीं गए।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are looking for good authors.
Okay, sir.
My question is that if you like all 6 major subjects you have taken, if you add a computer subject like computer science, then it will be good for the computer students also.
Okay.
Yeah. We are making that also.
We are in the process, ma'am.
We are working on it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bhai logo, thank you very much. Thank you all very much for coming and joining. You have the Pushpish email address. You have his phone number. For anything, just contact him and he will be able to help you in whatever way you need. God bless you all.